We knew it was coming, but still, it takes the breath away. The impact of Britain's virus lockdown now writ large in the official statistics. 18 years of economic growth evaporating in the space of 2 months.
I'm afraid, surprised by the figures that we've seen. The UK is heavily dependent on services. We're a dynamic, creative economy. We depend so much on human contact. We have been very badly hit by this, but we're also amazingly resilient and creative. We will bounce back.
You only get a sense of the scale of this downturn when you compare it with the trajectories of every other recession in recent decades. None of them, the 70s, 90s or 2008 crash, saw much more than a 5% fall. But the data suggests the scale of this recession already dwarfs every other recession on recent record. The question now is how quickly we bounce back. And on that front, the Bank of England governor says there's some grounds for hope.
We see signs of the economy now beginning to come back into life in the high-frequency data. We do see that. It's early days, and obviously I don't want to emphasise too much. It's a gradual coming back into life, but we do see those signs.
So you stand ready to take action?
So we stand ready to take action, we do.
But what does a recession actually mean? It's simply the aggregate number for what so many people are experiencing up and down the country, a collapse in demand for their products and services. Consider what happened to Sanjay's family's business, which sells spices.
It was quite a quick hit, especially when the supermarkets, when it was kind of panic buying in the supermarkets. Nobody was going online and buying our kind of products at that time. So I would say end of March through to early April, we were affected both through wholesalers and shops shutting as well as online.
The high street has borne much of the brunt, one of the worst affected sectors alongside hotels and restaurants. This comic book retailer worries for the future.
I think the biggest issue for us is just getting through, I guess, a quarter of not having any trade, because there's a ton of money there that we've not had. Obviously, landlords need to be paid.
Here in the City of London, like everywhere else mostly deserted, there were mixed reactions to the 20.4% fall in output. The funny thing is, this economic contraction is both shocking and yet altogether predictable. In fact, talking to analysts at the Bank of England, they say it's more or less in line with where they expected the economy to be based on their latest scenario. Even so, this is a historic moment. We have never before seen the economy shrink this much so fast, and the hope is we never do again. As Britain fights the virus, it finds itself in a new era. Radical numbers on the economy, radical uncertainty about the future. Ed Conway, Sky News.